One of the reasons that I have some faith in Sony, as particular the Sony Spider-Verse that they have, number one is because, say what you want, Sony has made the best Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man 2 is arguably, well, Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, those are the two best Spider-Man movies ever. Which one's number one, which one's number two, who knows? But the two best Spider-Man movies ever made were both made by Sony. And the partnership that Sony has had with Marvel has delivered, I think, 3 really good Spider-Man movies as well. But I know I'm not in the vast majority here, but I don't care. I loved the first Venom. I had so much fun in that movie. I giggled and laughed. I liked Venom 2, not as much, but I had a good time with Venom 2 as well. But there hasn't been really clear on whether or not there was going to be a Venom 3. I think we've all kind of assumed there was going to be a Venom 3, but they haven't been really, really clear on that. Well, now it is perfectly picture clear because Tom Hardy got on his social media and revealed that he is already, he's said it himself explicitly, we're in pre-prep now for Venom 3. We're working on it now. Venom 3, then he put up a throwback video to something else that I think was a deleted scene from another Venom movie, or maybe it was just a screen test. Not sure. But he has straight up announced we're in pre-prep for Venom 3, so that is coming. I personally welcome our new alien overlords. I love this news because I don't care what anybody else says. I love this series. I love Tom Hardy as this character. I love this iteration of Venom. I really, really do. And I am just excited. Now, again, I did prefer the first one over the second one. So I hope they're able to loop back a little bit, lean more into the strengths of the first one. I honestly, listen, I don't care. I could watch 90 minutes just of Tom Hardy and Venom talking. I could watch 90 minutes of them just talking to each other. Their odd couple, roommate kind of banter, I could just eat it up. It was my favorite parts. And of course, one of the greatest end lines of any movie in history. What should we get? Chocolate and tater tots. One of the greatest lines in cinematic history. They should have a marble plaque with that etched in it down at the Hollywood Hall of Fame that they have right now. I love it. Anyway, love that they're going to do a Venom 3. Chris, if there's anybody in this room who loves Venom as much as me, I know it's you.
Yeah.
What do you think about this news that Venom 3 is coming?
Fun. I love it. I think this is great. Venom's so freaking weird. I love these movies so much. They're just kind of goofy and ridiculous. And I think Tom Hardy has a really fun time making them. And most of his oeuvre has not been like super fun stuff that he's made. It's usually very intense films. So you can tell he really enjoys playing this character. He loves being the voice of Venom and everything as well. I'm really excited for them to be jumping back in here. Give me a whole bunch more of these movies. I don't care how weird or campy they get. I love them. They're just a fun ride.
Rob, Tom Hardy's now made it official. They're prepping Venom 3 at this point. No word on who's directing it. I don't think Andy Serkis is coming back, but what do you think about this?
What's not to love? Look, I'm not the biggest fan of these movies, but they're fun to watch. I enjoy them, and I do love Tom. I mean, clearly Tom Hardy's having a great time. I mean, the people that are making these movies, there's a wit and a verve to these films that you have to, just let it wash over you because they're fun. I mean, not everything has to be, to me, these are like 90s superhero movies before, and it's good. I mean, I like that. John, I never loved the character of Venom in the comics, but if we have to get Venom movies, these are pretty good and they're a lot of fun and they crack me up. Venom's funny.
I remember, going into Thor: Love and Thunder, there was, for people who read the comics, there was a lot of speculation going around because the Necrosword, which is like the main kind of MacGuffin in Thor: Love and Thunder that he uses to kill gods with, right? In the comics, for those of you who don't know, that Necrosword comes from the god of the symbiotes.
Yep.
No. And so there was a lot of wondering if they were going to draw a connection between Venom and Thor. They obviously didn't. They just kept the Necrosword. Do you think, I have my own opinion of this, but I wanted to ask you this. With the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home, was that the one where a little bit of the symbiote was left behind? I think it was.
Yes.
Do you think they are going to, with Venom 3, draw more of a connection between Venom and our Tom Holland Spider-Man? Or do you think I kind of believe they're just going to let it go and say that was just a fun little bit, but I don't know, do you think they're going to use Venom 3 to tighten that connection or just kind of let it go?
I think there's going to be something. They're going to have something. I don't know what that's going to be because clearly they're building. They got Madam Web coming. They've got Kraven the Hunter coming. They're building out their Spider-Man universe. And this is basically their flagship Spider-Man trilogy. That's not a Spider-Man trilogy.
Right.
So I think they're going to do something. There's going to be something in this movie that definitely points the direction. Because before it comes out, we're going to get both Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web. So, and we're going to already have Morbius and 2 other previous Venom movies. So this is going to be, I mean, they've got quite a good little Spider-Verse on their hands. So I would imagine they're going to do something in this movie that sort of ties the room together, so to speak, because they kind of have to. Otherwise,
Do they?
I think they do because they're building a Spider-Verse.
Right.
And it's been so unconnected up to this point. And that connection with the MCU was tenuous at best. But this is the time when there's got to be some vision for their Spider-Verse. Otherwise, what are they doing? Like, I don't know what the point would be. And I think that this is, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying that for sure. I would just think that whatever's going to happen in Venom 3 that's the most successful of these franchises, they're going to pull all these things together into some kind of a cohesive whole. The way that it's, because it's call it their Spider-Verse. I think they're going to want to unify it somehow. And this is their flagship franchise, the Venom franchise.
All right, guys, question is for you. Tom Hardy's let the cat out of the bag. We're in pre-prep for Venom 3 at this point. I mean, again, I think a lot of us suspected they were going to do a Venom 3, but this is the first kind of official thing that we've seen that they're actually doing it. Are you a fan? Not everybody is. Not everybody's a fan of these Venom movies. I know that, but I am. Are you a fan of it? Are you not? Are you excited about this news? Maybe you don't care. How do you think they're going to tie it in? Are they not? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Fume. Be smart. Don't start. Kick the habit. Put it out before it puts you out. All phrases we've heard 100 times, and yet we still continue to have bad habits. Today's sponsor, Fume, is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to help you trade out your negative habit for a positive one. You see, Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to transform your negative habits. Because instead of pods filled with potentially harmful chemicals like a vape, Fume uses cores infused with plants like peppermint and cinnamon for delicious natural flavors. And Fume's new version 2 model is snappy and tactile. With an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic end cap, your fingers will always have something to do. The device itself is really attractive, and once I popped in the core and took my first inhale of it, it tasted fantastic. Guys, the easiest way to stop a bad habit is to switch to a positive one, and Fume is designed to perfectly do just that. So head over to tryfume.com and use the promo code Campea to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. The Journey Pack comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume to help kickstart your positive habits. That's tryfume, tryfum.com, and use the code Campea to save an additional 10% off your order today.